All right, Craig, the Detroit Lions get more weird news after their loss. First thing, I got two things for you, and I love your
Okay.
thoughts. First thing is numbers have come in of just like snap counts and stuff.
Mhm, mhm.
Aiden Hutchinson. And by the way, let us know in the comments. You guys commented a lot on our last video, a lot of good stuff that we might have missed or that we didn't see. So let us know your thoughts on this. Aiden Hutchinson, 60 snaps,
Yeah.
95% of the plays. He had like 3 tackles, no pressures, or I don't know about
Mm,
his pressures, but he had no tackles for loss, no sacks, just 60 plays and was barely involved. That's the first weird thing. Like, dude,
mhm, mhm.
what are we doing there? Then the other weird news is that Craig Reynolds is gone and he is signed with a new team in the
When do we
New
let him
England
go?
Patriots. Right. What are your thoughts? Two things. We can go a
Did I
lot
miss
of
that?
different ways with this. Craig Reynolds is gone. Aiden Hutchinson basically not effective. There's a lot of things we can still talk about from the loss on Thanksgiving, but I just found those two things to be strange. And
Yeah.
your thoughts on that?
Yeah, so I wanna hit Hutch first.
Yeah.
I wanna hit on this one. So Hutchinson, as we know, just signed that massive contract, what, month and a half ago? Something like that, month ago. Got Micah Parsons type money, right? And
Mm,
then you have a matchup like this against Micah Parsons, and Micah Parsons was everywhere,
dude.
and Aiden Hutchinson was not. And I have a little bit of a different take on this one. One, do I think Hutch is as good as he should be right now? No. I think that elbow injury or whatever's going on might actually be affecting him more than he led us to believe. However, here's the thing that they do with Micah Parsons. If you see him, he's lining up over the guard. He'll line up over the center. He'll line up on the opposite side of the formation. He'll stand up. He'll get his hand in the dirt. Aiden Hutchinson is consistently lined up wide, getting his just stuff rocked from a chip block from the tight end. Like
Yeah.
the tight end blocks him and he basically sends him into the guard, right? Like I saw that a bunch of times. I guess you asked me what my thoughts are on this. So we'll stick with Hutchinson here for a second because I want to ask you, is this more on Hutchinson or is this more on the D coordinator Shepard for not putting Hutchinson in different positions where he can succeed and offenses are catching on to his game on the outside?
Yeah, I gotta believe Hutch is better than this. And it makes me think of this as well is let me just throw this out there.
Okay.
This is also where we have one of the best edge rushers in the league. A to Z Sports is on this, but he gets double and tripled and chipped all day long, just what you were saying, because
Yep.
there is no supporting cast. And
Yep.
there's that as well. So we all
Fair.
have our take and our thoughts on, man, we should have gotten somebody, we should have traded for somebody. Well, and I think you and I were both like, I think we're okay. And you could back it
Yeah.
up pretty easily with all the things that we got to pay for. It's just hard to just go trade for a really good DN. It's just not that easy. But the point is, we thought some other guys would be just a little bit better. And
Yeah.
so now, yeah, they just get absolutely abused. And I think, or Hutch gets abused on that edge, wide 9. He's almost doing a little wide 9 thing
It
too.
feels like a wide 9. Hello, Vanden Bosch. All
Oh,
right. Bring it
where
back.
like you said, in that wide 9, the tight end then or a wide receiver is just lined up somewhat normal, right? Doesn't even have
Yeah.
to be, and he's just like standing in front of him, just kind of gets in his way. And I think what frustrated us so bad about the last game was, where's that with Micah Parsons? But in
Yeah.
what you're saying is that counter, they put Parsons in the line. You don't know where he's going to be, and then he blows past our guard and one. I mean, it was just
Yeah.
so. Yeah,
Well,
we're
he had
not.
2.5 sacks, and I think 1.5 of those sacks were against Iwashika,
Yeah.
right?
Oh
Or
my
I mean,
gosh.
like, and one time he absolutely murdered Decker as well. But like, and he is special. But I just have to think if you get Hutch one-on-one with a guard, it's game over.
Yeah.
Night night. See ya.
And that, I think that's what we were most frustrated yesterday was we got thoroughly outcoached with one team doing what just was basic stuff. So like you said, they saw Coyote being our weak link on the offensive line, put their best player over him, beat him a couple times. They went out and saw Meek Robertson. They're like, all right, you guys are going to play straight up, man. We see what's
Mhm.
going on here. We're going to go over the top on you. He's 5'7", he's 5'3". We're going to just and then
I'll
we're
leverage
just,
you to
what
the
are we
outside.
doing? Yeah, so that's exactly that is why. And someone put in the comments, thank you for this, if you're going to play press man, you got to get pressure,
Yes.
otherwise you
Yes.
cannot guard
Over.
them for it's just so bad.
And if you can get pressure, press man is beautiful.
Oh,
that's
yeah.
that's why often when you blitz, you try and press a little bit,
Yep.
right? That's why I kind of hate the zone blitz. I like the press man because it's like, all right, we're either going to get home or we're screwed. Like, and
Yep.
that's okay. That's what blitzing is it's taking a risk. But if you're not going to get pressure, and by the way, you don't pay someone 45 million a year to consistently not get pressure.
Right.
Let's just go. Can I go on a weird, different
Yeah,
tangent
yeah,
on
yeah.
this before we get into the weirdness that is Craig Reynolds? Like, we got time. We're taking our time here, right? Look, we are paying a lot of guys.
Mhm.
And those guys that you feel like are supposed to get the bag are not actually performing that well. Hutchinson is not performing up to the Hutchinson standard. And by the way, we knew this was going to happen this year after the broken leg. We figured next year would be the big year, but he
Yeah.
started off really well.
Yep.
Aleem McNeil not playing well since he
No.
got back. This is game 5. And again, we knew that, but he's not playing well. DJ Reader not really playing well, and he's getting a lot of money. It's his last year here, and I understand that. Kirby Joseph gets the bag. He's been hurt for over a month. Like, we look at it on that side. Taylor Decker's not playing well. We extended him, a year ago? And so, like, there's a lot of guys that aren't getting it, and you're just like, come on, what are we doing here? It's
Mhm.
just, if you're going to give away money, it's fine, but they got to keep playing. They
That's
got to
right.
keep playing well if you're going to give them money. They can't play worse than they did when they were making rookie money.
100%. And yes, with the Craig Reynolds, I didn't even know he was not on the team, if I can be honest, just
Yeah, when did
because
that happen?
Craig Reynolds has been always our practice squad, active roster, right on the fringe guy. It says here that he was released last week to make room
Yeah,
for
November 26th, 2 days ago. I just looked it up.
Marcus
The beauty
Davenport,
of you
Miles
talking in
Frazier got back from the injury list. He clears waivers, and then he goes to New England, which makes sense. He's never gonna sniff the starting lineup with 2 stud running backs, but that's the world he lived in for so long. I don't
Yeah.
know. It's a third running back, but
Yeah, just keep them here. Let maybe come back to
see
the
ya.
practice squad. But when you release someone, that they're subject to waivers, right? And
Yep.
so, and I don't know if that's how he went there, or maybe he just felt like, man, I've been here for 4 years now. Like, give me my spot. And we've said, I mean, Sailors has been a
Oh,
better
yeah.
piece for us because he's doing kick returns and stuff like that. Sione Vaki is injured every single day.
Every day.
Not every week, every day.
Every
He's injured.
day. Why is he injured?
And by the way, you know who else is injured or nicked up all the time is Tesla. Like, dude had the knee all of preseason, and then over the last month, it's been Isaac Tesla is questionable. Oh, he's going to play. It's knee, it's hamstring, then it was oblique, and then this week it was hand. I'm like, oh my goodness, this guy. Look at this guy.
Yes.
But I miss, Craig Reynolds. He was one of those glue guys. At least that's what you think. He was one of those guys you could trust to go in there, but they must just be thinking to themselves, all right, in Sailors and Vaki, and quite frankly, we're at a point in the season where if we're without Montgomery and Gibbs, we're kind of screwed anyway.
Yeah, screwed. Where do you go here after a day to kind of digest this? You see, I believe the Bears have won at time of recording, which is
and I'm gonna
unbelievable.
probably do a video on that tomorrow with the Bears. I'm bumming, dude. And it's not just that the Bears won; it's everybody's winning. That's not us.
Mhm.
So the Packers beat us. All right, the 49ers. We'll see what happens. The Bears just won. So now the Bears have a 2-game lead. The Packers have essentially a 2-game lead. It's a game and a half, right? But at least we own that tie break. And they own the tie break, but it's only a game and a half. And I look at all the teams that are winning. Our next 2 games are against the Cowboys, who just beat the Chiefs, by the way.
Mhm.
And I don't understand the Chiefs. Like, I thought when all their receivers got healthy, which they did, they just like take off.
Mhm.
And so, like, that Cowboys defense, it's a different Cowboys team than it was a month ago. Like, an entirely different team. They've won 3 in a row. They're beating good football teams. So we have to play the Cowboys next. If we don't beat the Cowboys on Thursday, you can pretty much say goodnight to the playoffs.
Yeah. And
You'd have to win out because we got Cowboys and then we have the Rams, who are arguably the best team in the NFL right now.
Mhm.
Like,
Yeah, this is
wow.
that's why the Cowboys is a must win. Dak Prescott, by the way, just he's got his helmet on. He always
Oh,
is
yeah.
just looks like he's just sweating. He's just primed to go. And it's
There
like,
you go.
dude, we got 15 minutes before the game starts. Just why are you
He's in a full
so
sweat.
just yeah. But yeah, we
I
gotta
like
get
Dak. I do. I
I
don't
do
like the
too. I don't
Cowboys.
hate
I
him.
don't, but
No,
I got nothing against Dak.
I agree with that. Nothing against him. Yeah, I think as I look at this now, just taking a minute was like, okay, can Frank Ragnow really give a boost? I don't know. I just don't know if he can. I hope that he can. And then secondly, it's like, okay, we got a better coaching staff than that,
Mhm.
right? Than what I
Yes.
saw.
Right? Or
Or
do we?
or do we? I and then you see the success with Ben Johnson's having. You're like, son of a gun, that dude, I hate that guy. Is
Yeah.
he, you know, it's like,
Go win in New York, like
yes,
with the Jets. Aaron Glenn, feel free to win
come
there.
on,
Ben
Aaron
Johnson,
Glenn.
take a job. Just do, not the Bears.
I know, I can't believe it. And so it's like, oh no, was he in fact as good as everyone says? And we want to kind of downplay it. So that's where I'm at. It's like we have to have a better coaching staff than this. Dan Campbell is better than this,
Mhm.
right? Just to see that next game is something that we just got to see. Otherwise, yeah, season over anyway. So I don't. That's just where we're at.
I think what I'm more takeaways. The defense is going the wrong way, right?
Yeah,
Like I thought with Shep coming in, it would take a second, and by mid-season, we'd be hitting our full stride.
yeah.
It turns out we were kind of full stride, and then it's going the opposite way. It felt like, you know what this last game felt like? It felt like an Aaron Glenn defense, didn't it? Like
Yes,
you're sitting here, and
exactly.
it's like we will not change.
Yep.
And I'm going to give benefit of the doubt on this one. I am, because two things. One, we shut down the Eagles 2 weeks ago,
Yep.
which the Bears just did too, by the way.
Yep.
And even the Cowboys beat the Eagles. Eagles are not so I'm going to give the benefit of the doubt here because it's on, a short week. And so you can't pivot as easily.
Sure.
You're kind of locked into what you're doing when you have that little preparation. That's why on Thursday nights, remember for a while, Thursday night games, they were just all blowouts because it felt like you come in with your plan and you can't adjust to it.
Yep.
Can I say this? I still think with our offense, I still think with losing St. Brown, and I know I talked about this a little bit yesterday, but you lose St. Brown on a short week where you don't have the opportunity to pivot. And oh my goodness, this offense still produced outside of a couple of we shouldn't have gone for it, realize what personnel is on the field. It's a struggle. It's a struggle, man.
It's and that's where, and the other, on the flip side of it, on the offensive side of the ball, I saw a tweet today that showed all the times that we pressured Jordan Love, and the point of this tweet was to show the
That we did.
mobile athletic quarterback.
There it is.
And so we pressured him. I can't remember what the number was, 15 times, let's say, and half of them resulted in nothing.
Yep.
But literally resulted in like incomplete passes. So I say
Yeah.
nothing resulted in what you would
Nothing, not a
just
sack.
right, not a sack.
Right.
And then the other half resulted in like, good play, 6 yards. And so we know this, and it's so painful to be like, no, because I just loved getting into that space where it's like, dude, Goff, dude, it's unbelievable.
Yeah.
And it's like this, it doesn't
It was a
matter.
nice space.
He is. Could Peyton Manning run? No, he couldn't. So
No. Could Tom Brady run? Nope.
yeah. It doesn't, and you just get in this, and it's like, dude, seriously, the guy's unbelievable. And then when you have leaks in the system and guys get through, and Goff is smart, thankfully, but also the reason I say that is because he's so smart, he does know that he can't do anything, so he just does the old like, let me just crumble, and it's like, 7-yard loss, just
Crumble or check down.
boom, yep, or check
Mhm.
down to he guns it to Montgomery. That's just, dude, there's nothing
Throws
worse
it
than
at
that.
his toes.
It is just
Like
knees. He gathers it, turns around, and just 3 guys just boom. And
and
that's,
it's over.
oh my gosh. And you look up, and it's like, oh, gain of 2.5. Cool.
Yeah, but we
Yeah.
got to
So
see Goff's wheels out to the left. And
mm,
by the way, I thought Goff escaped a couple of times that I'm like, I did
yeah,
not see
yeah.
that coming. And he did. He escaped a couple times, made a couple of decent plays in it. But again, that just goes back. Football's not complicated. It goes back to the offensive line.
Yep.
And so I think you were talking about like our coaches are better, right? I think losing the coaches really, really hurt. Like we all knew it would have an impact, but I didn't know how big it would be. And I expected it to be early, not late.
Yeah.
Losing Frank really hurt too. I
Yeah.
think if Frank was here all year, we're sitting at least at 8-4. At
Yep.
least at 8-4.
Exactly.
And so it's one of those things where it was that double down. And when you asked if Frank could make a difference, yeah, Frank can make a difference if he's gonna not retire next year, right? And then we can in the draft, knowing he won't be here long, draft his replacement. And like, so it can be good. I just think we don't realize how valuable or how invaluable a all pro offensive lineman is.
Yeah.
It just is.
Center. Just a
Yeah.
center that
Yeah. Part of everything.
100%. And yep, 100%. So let us know your thoughts in the comments. I mean,
Yep.
just hit it up. Make sure you subscribe. We're still just a lot to unpack from this game, which is so funny. This funny
We'll keep
is the wrong
unpacking.
word. Yeah, it's what makes it great. And just
Yeah.
enjoy it. Unpack it with us. Hit the comments, and we'll see all of you on the next one.
See you.